Easy work that, wasn't it? ¿Cómo estás, Trent, la? Right, hello everybody, welcome back to the Golden Sky. Today it is Tuesday, the 4th of November 2025. I'm Tom, and Liverpool have just beaten Real Madrid 1-0 in the Champions League. A back-to-back victory, a back-to-back clean sheet. What is going on? Have I woken up in some sort of parallel universe? The moment the clock hit November, Liverpool have remembered how to play football again. Yes, happy. We're happy again. Real Madrid came to Anfield. They were bopped off the park. It would have been even more if it wasn't for that slender man in goal. We'll get to him later. But first things first, in the player ratings today, before we get into them, I just want to say a massive thanks to everybody who's watched the videos lately. We hit 200 subscribers over the last few days. So thank you so much. We've been trying to get there for a little while. Really appreciate everyone who clicked subscribe. Excuse me. If you can do that again now, if you're anyone new to the channel today, let's get to 250. Let's get to a quarter of 1,000, which is pretty cool. Let's try and get to 250. Like the video as well. We've been hitting that 20 like mark consistently, so let's get to 20 again in this one. Come on, it's Liverpool Real Madrid. It doesn't get no bigger than this. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Liverpool Real Madrid. And comment away. Let me know what you think of the player ratings, podcast listeners, 5-star rating and reviews. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. Really does mean a lot and helps me out so much making these videos for you all, which I love doing. So, it's going to be a fun one tonight, let me tell you. It's a party time here. It's almost... No, it's too early to say it in the video. Maybe a bit later. Let's get into the ratings with these fine bunch of individuals right here. We've been calling them lots of names over the last few weeks. Today, we're happy with them all, I think, is the general consensus. A beautiful set of the finest Liverpool players right over here for me to rate today. And let's start with the goalkeeper, Mamardashvili, who didn't really have a lot to do, did he? I mean, one save from the Brummie in the middle, who spent the entire game just kicking everyone like a meth. Trent's little Bezzy there in the changes. All they do is spend all day long. They go to training, then they hold hands on the way home and go for a little bite to eat together. Have a little kiss and a little smooch. Little spoon. Speak some Spanish to one another in the Brummie and the Scouse accents, and then pop off to bed for the night and wake up and do it all again the next day. Little Bezzy's over there. Trent and Jude. Nothing I love more than seeing the pride of England there, Jude Bellingham. I'm sorry, I'm talking about Mamardashvili, but seeing Bellingham's face at the end there, knowing he gave away that free kick, knowing that we scored from it, that he was shite all night. How about that? Mamardashvili saved your shot, mate. How about that as well? Good play from him, to be fair. The most dangerous attack Real Madrid had, the only time they really got into our box and looked like they were going to score. And Big Mama was there with his big iron foot to just kick it away. No chance, none of that weak stuff in this penalty area. Jude Bellingham, lad. You can go back to wherever you've come from in Birmingham, I don't know exactly where. Or go back to Spain for all I care, because we kept another clean sheet and I don't know what on earth is going on. So we play Brentford, we look like we could concede 10 goals. Palace score goals against us for fun, but we play Villa, who are much better, keep a clean sheet, and then we play Real Madrid, and it was easy as pie. I mean, easy as pie. They didn't do anything, did they? He was stood in net, bored all night, playing on his iPad, Mamardashvili. Might as well have been. Flappy Bird. Who remembers when Flappy Bird was going mad and people were selling iPhones for like thousands and thousands of pounds because they had Flappy Bird on them and it got banned from the App Store? What a time that was. Do you reckon Mamardashvili's ever played Flappy Bird? Probably not, has he? I'll give him a 7. Makes his save that he needed to. And do you know what he did as well, Mamardashvili? Some really good like long passes out from the back. He's getting quite good at that. They're like a not a short pass, not necessarily build up, but it's a long kick, but it's an aimed pass normally to Salah. He's good at that. So credit to him. 7. And we'll go to Connor Bradley. So the confusing thing for me is this fella has been downright unplayable in most games so far this season. I watched him against Kevin Schade, who, no disrespect to Kevin Schade, you know, he ripped him to shreds. He's been having to be subbed off every hour because he can hardly stay on the pitch, getting booked left, right and centre. Chelsea, Palace, he was woeful. He plays against Vinicius Jr., one of the best wingers in the world, and he locked him up. I mean, locked him up. It was like that fella was in Alcaraz tonight. And I'm not talking Charlie Alcaraz for Everton, I'm talking the goddamn prison. That fella was on maximum security, locked down in the pocket. And the pocket was like on these Dickies work pants that's like got 14 different buttons and zips on them. Dead hard to get into. That's the pocket Vinicius Jr. was in tonight. There was a fella in the crowd who you could hear on Prime at one point when Vinny did his 6th dive of the game, who shouted, "You fucking ballerina!" And I couldn't put it better myself, my friend. I couldn't come up with better words for Vinny tonight. That guy, wow. I was talking about Osimhen when we played Galatasaray, loves being on the floor. Well, Vinny takes the cake. I mean, my word. Mbappe and Vinny both over on Bradley's side. No problem for Bradley tonight. Just smashing him every time. If he tried to take him down the line, Bradley was there. If he tried to come inside, Bradley was there. Really, really good. And not just defending, on the ball as well. Really energetic. Broke forward at the right time. Used the ball well. Didn't give it away. I mean, a complete right-back performance. And it's so weird. How can he play like that against Vinicius Jr.? Maybe it's because Trent was there watching. Who knows? Maybe he was pumped up for this one because he played well against Real Madrid last year. Who knows? But if you can play like that more consistently against your Brentfords, not your Real Madrids, not your ballerinas, it'd be amazing. But he was boss tonight. I love the one at the end where he just absolutely clatters Vinny, just doctors him, sends him right to the sideboards of the pitch, just absolutely smashes him, left him on the floor, and Vinny's there like looking around and he goes, "Ref, ref." No, not ref. You melt. Get up. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong. And the one where Bradley like sort of moved into him with his arse, and Vinny's jumping on the floor holding his face. Oh my god. Some say Vinny's face takes up half the surface area of the planet, the amount of times he holds it. I mean, you can't get better than that for a right back performance. So it's an almighty 10 for Conor Bradley tonight. You can't get better. It was unbelievable how good he was. It's a 10. Back-to-back games with a 10. You love to see it from the boys there. Brilliant performance. Konate at centre-back. Now, this is the Ibu Konate that we're used to seeing from last season. Less of a three-legged rhino, more of like a roaming Komodo dragon on Komodo Island. Have you ever seen Steve Irwin take a trip to Komodo Island? Because if you haven't, go and check that video out. This fella goes, the king of all animals, Mr. Steve Irwin, not afraid of nothing, goes to Komodo Island, and these things on sight are just straight up attacking Steve Irwin. They're rapid. Full of like power and venom and all sorts, just trundling along, but dead fast. So like fast trundling, crawling, trying to bite Steve Irwin's legs off. What a legend Steve Irwin was, and what a legend Konate was tonight, because he was like a Komodo dragon, just crawling through the pitch. And Mbappe, his little mate there for France, no chance. Kylian, if I knew how to say stop in French, I would, because you were stopped big time tonight by Ibu. Even inherited the mind, body and spirit of Joel Matip at the end. Went on 2 mazy runs. Even did one in the first half where he just kept going, and then he'd stop a bit, and then he'd go again, and then he'd stop. It was like he was buffering. Like a train just like jerking forward as he was like stopping. Oh, I'm going to go, and then I'm going to stop. And he just went all the way down the right wing until it eventually tackled him. And at the end, last minute of the game, the spirit of Joel Matip compelled Konate to go on a mazy dribble. I've never seen anything like it. Who knew? Who knew Konate had that in his locker? He was good tonight. Really good. Another clean sheet. You've got to be happy with that. Komodo Ibu. Komodo Konate. 8. Got to be happy with that. Kept Mbappe quiet as a mouse. All Mbappe did was pass the ball to us. I did the preview there. Going, oh yeah, Mbappe, best player in the world. Well, I like a right wally now, don't I? My word. I swear someone in my comments said Mbappe's going to be rubbish tonight. If that was you, I can't remember who it was. But I know someone said it, and you were right. He was crap. Van Dijk next to Ibu. I mean, I'd say he was honestly a bit quiet tonight, Van Dijk, in terms of the defending he had to do. Like, the play was more on the left side because Real Madrid are so lopsided with the width of Vinicius Jr. and no one really on the right. That Van Dijk wasn't all that involved. I mean, he did his usual stuff, coming forward, stepping on. I feel like we're stepping onto the ball a lot more. And I mean, when the ball comes, when like Real Madrid win the ball and they play it up to the striker, centre-back's much higher to step right onto the striker and try and win it. He gave away one foul doing it, but I don't mind that. I thought he was good. Won his usual fair share of headers. Mbappe's no real match for Van Dijk in the air. No one really is. He had the header that obviously the Belgian slender man saved in the goal. I mean, this guy, he takes the mick, doesn't he? I went to Belgium once. It was on the same school trip where I went to France that I was talking about in the other video. I went to Belgium, bought some Belgian chocolate, and went ice skating. And I couldn't ice skate, so I just kept falling over, smashed up my elbows. It was a thoroughly unpleasant experience. Although the chocolate was nice, but if I'd have known, that Courtois later in life would just ruin my life, basically, I might not have bought that chocolate. I might have said, no, I'm boycotting all things Belgium because of this lanky prick in net. Honestly, this fella saves everything. But we'll get to the goal later. Van Dijk, good performance. I'm going to give him a 7. I just think he was less involved than Konate. No worse, but just less involved, so less chance to get more points. More score from the Golden Sky. Me. Anyway, sorry, Andy Robbo, fucking brilliant. I mean, I tell you what, let's just take a minute. Andy Robbo, wow. Last season, he looked like he was on his last legs. He looked like, when your dog's a bit old, knocking on a bit, and they don't really walk anymore, they just knock around the house, looking for any scram they can get their hands on. Or they don't really have hands, do they? They can eat. Any scram they can eat. But he's come back. He's gone to the vets, right? He's had the prosthetic legs put on him, or 4. And now he's flying around the gaff. He looks revitalised. I mean, Kerkez, that's a well and true drop-in. That is. Last 2 games, the biggest games we've played this season, must win. And then Real Madrid. Robbo starts on both, and he's going to start again against City. I'll be confident of it. I thought Kerkez might start tonight, but that's a well and true out of favour, Miloš. You're going on the bench while Robbo teaches you how to play left back, because that was an absolute lesson tonight. It really was. Just so sure at the back, like stepping into the play when he needed to intercept passes, winning headers when he needed to, being compact when he needed to, like near Van Dijk when they try balls in that channel. He was just sealing off the space, going forward, some lovely passes through, like had one that almost went through to Salah, good crosses, just the perfect balanced left-back performance. It was really good. He didn't even have anyone against him, really, until they brought Rodrigo on, and he didn't do a whole lot when he came on. But Robbo just so secure, and he looks... I mean, Robbo's always been a bit of a madhead in our team, but when you watch Kerkez for a while and you see Robbo, he's like Bob Ross painting a picture. It's calming. He's sending you to sleep. He's telling you to paint little trees here and there and do little sunshines and whatnot, whatever else Bob Ross did. But Andy Robbo, top class. I'm giving him an 8. I'm happy, lads. Ryan Gravenberch absolutely dominated the midfield, didn't he? Dominated. I mean, all of our midfielders dominated, but Gravenberch, fantastic. Real Madrid have got all these players, all these lads. Everyone likes to talk about Bellingham, Gula, Tchouameni, Camavinga. Listen, Gravenberch outplayed them all tonight, and he wasn't even our best midfielder. In fact, there's a case he might have been our worst midfielder. He was brilliant. Picking up the ball, driving forward, like really, really driving forward. That's why we won so many fouls. He won the foul for the free kick from a great run. And then, like I said, the Brummy in the middle brought him down. Sounds like a TV show, that, doesn't it? It'd be a proper shite one as well. Brought him down with a score. He was really good. Everywhere, just intercepting. Nice job of screening Mbappe, I thought. Not letting the ball come to his feet in the centre a lot. Like, when the ball would go out wide, Gravenberch was always there to try and intercept that pass coming inside. Now, it came there sometimes, but a lot of the time, really good from him. So, I don't have any complaints. I have no complaints from this game, I'll be honest. Let's be real, guys. We absolutely popped Real Madrid. We popped them off the park. We should have beat them 4 or 5-0, like I said, if it wasn't for the bloody knob in net. But we were brilliant, and it's so refreshing. It's so nice to see finally us playing a bit of proper football. So That being said, what do you give Ryan tonight? Ryan Gravenberch. 8. I think 8's fair enough. I think he was good. I nearly gave him a 7 then, but I thought, you know what? It's Crimbo, after all. Let's give him an 8. Mac Allister, now the match winner. And let me tell you something, this fella's season has officially started, ladies and gents. Finally, Alexis Mac Allister has remembered how to play football. I don't know how he forgot. I don't know why he forgot for so long. I don't know how he's remembered. Maybe he's been to one of them, like them women you see who tell you your future or whatever, and they've like remedy healed him or something. You know, I wonder what would happen if I went to them, one of them, what they'd say to me about the golden sky or about my life. Maybe I'll do it. Who knows? You know, the fellas with like the ball and they look into it, or the cards, they're called tarot cards. Maybe someone showed Macca his tarot cards and they said, if you keep playing shit at Liverpool, mate, then I'm going to be fuming with you, because I was. And he stopped being, he said, oh, I better not piss Tom off. Well, he's back to his best. He was brilliant. Really, really good. Doing the simple thing well all the time, which is Mac Allister's calling card to a T. He does the simple things well. That's when you know Mac Allister is playing well, because he does them better than pretty much anyone else. On the ball all the time, tackling. Got a brilliant yellow card. One of my favourite moments of the match, when Mbappe tries to leg him down the line. And you're thinking, oh my God, Mbappe against Mac Allister in a race would honestly have been like Usain Bolt having a race against Wawrick Davis. Now, no disrespect to Wawrick Davis, but I don't know how fast he can run. It's definitely not as fast as Usain Bolt. He might be faster than Mac Allister. Unconfirmed. I've never seen Wawrick Davis race Alexis Mac Allister, but I would like to see that. Now that I've mentioned it, I would pay good money to see Wawrick Davis have a little leg against Alexis Mac Allister. But Mbappe versus Macca was not one that I wanted to see at all. And so Macca just grabbed hold of him and said, you're not going anywhere, my friend. You stay right there. Got the yellow card. Love it. And that was actually Konate's fault, I'll be honest. And I'll give Konate the 8. But he just belted the ball in the air with his head and got Macca the yellow. But it was funny. So we like fun, you know. Funny stuff always gets you a bonus point on the Golden Skies player ratings. So yeah, we'll talk about the header. I mean, the ball from Szoboszlai is what makes it. Macca can't really miss, but he's there again. 2 in 2 against Real Madrid for Macca. He's prolific when he plays Real Madrid. First goal since April. Whacked out a little A celebration. One of these. Whatever this means, who knows? My dad said it might mean Argentina. I'm not sure that's what he was going for. Looking in the crowd, just Argentina. Come on. I'm not sure. Could have been. I don't know. If anyone knows what it is, drop it in the comments. But I love it. Maybe I'm going to go into work tomorrow, and if anyone asks me to do anything, I'm just going to hit him with one of these. Yeah, how'd you like them apples? What were they going to do? What are they going to say to me? I don't know. I don't care. Liverpool have beat Real Madrid 1-0. Macca knocked the ball in the net past Courtois, right above his head. If he'd have stood up straight, it'd have hit him in the face. We're lucky he didn't save it. 9. Wait, I'm not clicked. 9. There we go. He was brilliant. Really good. Back to form. And it's no coincidence that we're playing better as a result. But his mate in the middle, Dominic Sobo. This fella, is he just this good now? Is this not even form? Is he just this good every game? Where he's just he's everywhere, guys. Like, everywhere. They say the Earth, what's the thing? The Earth is, I don't know, 70% covered by water. I think it's all lies. It's 70% covered by Dominic Szoboszlai, and there's a little bit of water. I reckon he could probably run on it. He runs that much and runs that fast. He just glides around the pitch. His work rate is unbelievable. It really is. Sometimes you feel like going, Sobo, just have a minute, lad. Slow down. You know, just have a little break there. Have a Kit Kat. You know what I mean? Just chill out, man. But he never chills out. I reckon when he goes home tonight, his wife's there. Does he have a kid now? I swear he has a kid. And he goes home and he just runs around his gaff, just running round. And his wife's like, come on, Dom, come and watch a little show with me here. And he's like, yeah, I will, yeah. And he just watches the show, just running laps of his living room, just legging round. I'm watching, I promise. And he's just running forever. I reckon he runs in his sleep. But not just his running. On the ball, fantastic. I mean, really, really good. His free kicks tonight, he had a couple that were really good shots. Obviously, Victor Wembanyama in the goal saved them. But other than that, He finally gets the chance to cross one. He'd done a few little bad crosses earlier in the game, few overhit, and I did a beautiful reverse jinx. If you never tried a reverse jinx, there we go. I strongly recommend trying one. When he's about to take the free kick, I say, yeah, but he's crap at taking free kicks where he has to cross it. It's all tactical. It's all up here because he whips in the best ball you'll ever see in your life. No one could miss. Honestly, if Wawrick Davis was in the box, he could have scored it. Wawrick is getting much airtime tonight on the Golden Sky. Boost him into relevancy, Wawrick. You're welcome, mate. Lots of people are going to watch this. Szoboszlai. All this to say, 9. Again, I thought he was fantastic. I mean, just really good. Was he the best midfielder out of our 3? Maybe. He maybe was, again. The shots from distance, the accuracy, like, he hit one, it was so pure, and the ball is not even swerving. It's just completely, like, stationary in the air, stationary in terms of swivel, flying through the air like a bullet. But obviously, like we've said, Courtois, he's like that fella from X-Men who can, like, pause time and, like, run around dead quick. I reckon Courtois can do that. He's like a Back to the Future fella. He can see where the ball's going to go. How did he save that one with his leg in the air when Szoboszlai was through? And he's got his leg up in the air like he's doing gymnastics. How did he save it? Honest to God. Who knows? But it doesn't matter anyway because we won, so who's asked? And Mo Salah was a big part of the reason why we won tonight because he was top draw again. He looks like he's found a bit of form again. Just got his mojo back. And what I mean is he just looks faster, looks a bit sharper. Like when he's running down the wing, big fullback tonight. Carreras is a big physical player, really fast, powerful, much taller than Salah. Salah gave him the runaround tonight, and he was really unlucky not to come away with a goal or two. I mean, he had times where he beat his fullback, and he's just dribbling and dribbling and dribbling and dribbling, and he's like getting closer and closer and closer to the goal, and you're thinking, come on, shoot, shoot, shoot. And he just couldn't quite get his shot off. Or there's one time, he gets down the wing, he plays a brilliant ball to Gakpo, and this time Courtois saved it with his dick. Honestly, it was unbelievable, just straight up nutsack save, and then forced to Salah, and he tries to have a shot, and Militao blocked it, and it was just like, when are we ever going to score again in this game? All that said, Salah, brilliant performance. 9 for me. Could have had a few assists, could have had a few goals, but all-round play, and his work rate as well. Let's talk about that. Love the one where he comes back right at the end, tackles Vinny off his own leg, the ref gives a throw to us. Brilliant from the ref tonight. I've not even done any special mentions yet. Maybe we'll do some at the end of this. Because, in fact, let's talk about the ref while we talk about Hugo Ekitike. Because Hugo Ekitike tonight was fantastic. As well as all the other players were. But, let's use this opportunity to just have a little quick chat about the ref. The referee tonight, honestly, all he wanted to do the whole game was stand in front of our players. What the hell? That's all he wanted to do. In fact, let's talk about that more in a second because Hugo Ekitike deserves some airtime. Brilliant performance again. Really worked really hard at the top of the pitch because he didn't really have a lot around him at times when we were sitting a bit deep and we get the ball to him, but he does a really good job of holding it up, letting our players get near him. His dribbling's so good, it's so sharp. He's able to work his way out of tight spaces. He did one in the second half where he dribbled for about 10 minutes before they eventually fouled him. It was really good play. We were almost breaking when he at the end of that dribble as well, if he didn't get fouled. Yeah, thought he was really good. Nearly scored a header. Courtois saved it. It was even going over and Courtois still saved it. And then he had another header, which I think this one would have gone in, but he headed it just wide. Now, the big question I've got is, do we prefer blonde curls Ekitike or waves Ekitike? What do we prefer? Let's get that down in the comments. Which Ekitike version do we prefer? Because I think I might be team blonde curls, even though that's maybe a controversial take. What a performance. And he's going to start against City again because there's no way Isak will be back fit enough to start. So he gets brought off. I think he's looking fitter. Like in games, he definitely gets a little bit tired, but he seems to just have a bit more in him when he gets stuck off rather than he's sort of dying. And you can always tell when he's knackered because he pops his socks down to his ankles. That's like a telltale sign Ekitike is coming off in 10 minutes. When the socks go down to the ankles, he's off the pitch. I'll give him a 7. He was good, not great. Wirtz tonight, Played on the left wing. I actually thought it was really clever from Slot. Really did. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do a tactics video. I hope that I will, because I want to talk about this from Slot. I thought it was really clever, actually. And you look at the team at first on paper and you're thinking, Wirtz on the left wing, I don't really like that. But again, it wasn't really on the left wing. There was very little times when he was out wide on the left, was there? Don't try and think of a situation where Wirtz was receiving the ball right on the touchline, as a winger. He was in field a lot. And the reason why we could afford to do that is because Real Madrid are also really lopsided towards their left side. So there was no, right winger and right back combinations going on the right hand side that Wirtz had to really track back and try and cover as a left winger. And that allowed him to, get nice and narrow. Real Madrid have lots of bodies in the middle, Bellingham, Gula, Tchouameni and Camavinga all like to play in the centre. We're getting Wirtz in there to play sort of narrow with Mac Allister, Szoboszlai, Ekitike, Gravenberch, all in that middle of the pitch. His link-up was really good. He works really hard as well. People are going to say that about him. He worked his balls off tonight. I love that he was putting his body about as well. Now, he's not got a massive body, but he's certainly not afraid to use it. Dean Howson, poof, get off the pitch, lad. See you later. Knocked him into next week. Really good. Got smashed by the Brummie in the middle again. He was just fouling everyone out. He didn't get sent off. I don't know. The ref's blind. Had Ray Charles ref in, didn't we? I thought he was really good. Should have had another assist. Just put one on a plate for Szoboszlai, who missed it. They must be allergic to giving him assists, I tell you. I mean, he didn't miss. Courtois made a ridiculous save, but still. And then I think the commentator said at half-time that Wirtz had created 5 big chances in the first half. Or, sorry, not big chances, 5 chances in the first half, which was more than the entire Real Madrid team put together in the first half. So, he's doing his bit. And I thought he was great tonight. And it wouldn't surprise me if against City, he starts in some sort of striker-ish role. Slot's got a big call against City because you'd think he's going to bring Gakpo back in on that left-hand side. He's certainly not dropping Szoboszlai. Gravenberch and Mac Allister look undroppable at the minute, the way they're playing. He's going to play Salah. Ekitike, does he miss out? Do we go with 2 10s like we did against City at the Etihad last season? Going to be a big call, that one. I thought he was really good tonight, personally. I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he was really good. Okay. And then we had Gakpo come on. First sub, along with Jones. So, Gakpo, listen, he has that chance. Like I said, Salah gave him the ball, crossed it in. Gakpo hit it. Courtois just nutsacked it away. Like it was no bother at all. But, other than that, good performance. I mean, didn't do a whole lot. Had one at the end where he's like completely through. I mean, so through. And Salah is on the ball and you're thinking, put him in, Salah. Put him in, lad. And Salah passed it into the only Real Madrid player that was in the way. It was like the first thing Salah had done all game where you were like, damn it, Mo, what the hell? Because he would have been through and it would have been party time, even more so than it already was. But he made a brilliant tackle, Gakpo, on Mbappe in the middle, and I loved it. That was a bonus point, no doubt about it. He smashed him. It was like he channeled Conor Bradley from last season. Absolutely belted him in the middle. Love to see it. So that's definitely a bonus point, and that gets you a 7, my friend Cody. Well done to you. And then Jones came on. Now, Jones didn't really touch the ball, so I mean, he did here and there, but listen, guys, I'm now going to talk about the referee because, like I said earlier, he just spent the whole game marking our players, didn't he? Didn't realise Claude Makélélé was reffing tonight. Goodness gracious me, I tell you what, this ref definitely has blackout curtains and is all over his house, actually, blocking everything off. Mac Allister comes in, ready to make a tackle. The ref just moves out the way of the Real Madrid player like Moses, parting the Red Sea or whatever sea it was, and blocks Mac Allister off, screened him, literally like the NBA, screened him. And then the whole rest of the game, we were trying to pass the ball around, and he's there just in the way. Bloody Makélélé. Konate. Unbelievable. Goal alert as well. Got to talk about goal alert. If you watched on Prime tonight, you had goal alert. Every time there was a goal in another game. At one point, it showed me Olympiacos had scored. Now listen, no disrespect to Olympiacos. I do not care. I do not care at all if Olympiacos have scored. At all. But I know about it because it showed me on goal alert. And also, goal alert likes to give you a bit of suspense. It goes goal alert. And then it tells you who scored. And then it tells you which player scored it. It's naff. I don't like it. 6 for Jones. Kerkez came on. I wanted one thing from Kerkez and one thing only, and that was for him to absolutely smash Trent into... What's it bloody called? Hill Dicky. I wanted him to smash him into Hill Dicky. But he didn't. He didn't get a chance. Instead, he came on with his first touch was a tackle, 50-50 tackle, and he got smashed by Tchouaméni. So, unlucky, really, from Kerkez. All I wanted to see was him do that. I would have paid good money to see him do that. I love that Trent got booed. Absolute melt. I love that every time he got it, he kicked it straight to us. I wonder what he was thinking, honestly. I really do wonder if he was there thinking, like regretting the manner that he left. Because I don't think he regrets leaving at all. But I wonder if he sees the reception and he realises the legacy that he built is just destroyed. And that every Liverpool fan was probably more bloodthirsty for, like Kerkez to smash him than to welcome him back to Anfield. And his manager would have got a much better reception. That tells you a lot. Let's just give Kerkez his 6 and go to Chiesa. Now, I teased it right at the start of the video saying, I'm not going to say it just yet, but I'll tell you what, when Chiesa came on and he was almost put through and Courtois came out of his net and ruined it, that would have been undies on the head. And it hasn't been undies on the head in a very, very long time, guys, let me tell you. It hasn't been undies on the head since we got that last minute winner in the game before Palace. I can't even remember what game that was. But it hasn't been undies on the head since then, and I'm desperate to just drop me kecks and get me undies on me head, because there's no more sign of a party time celebration than that. And if Chiesa had gone through and scored against Real Madrid with one boot on, because his boot came off at some point as well, I think he probably had it on at this passage of play, but let's pretend he didn't, and let's just say he had one boot on. I'd have took one sock off, put that on my ear, undies on my head. That's what I would have done. But it didn't happen, so unfortunate. But let's just pretend and let's live in a world where it did. And let's give Chiesa his 6, because he didn't do a whole lot when he came on, except be an absolute hero and get his boot trodden off, make a tackle, and he always plays, like my brother said, he always plays with one drawstring hanging out his kecks. That's the Chiesa signature move. Kids will be doing it up and down the country for years to come in Liverpool, because everybody wants to be like Fede Chiesa, including me. So, guys, that's it. Brilliant performance from the Mighty Reds. There's the ratings that you can see right there. Really happy. Conor Bradley, man of the match. Midfield, fantastic. Salah, fantastic. Whole round the team, brilliant performance. Can't ask for much more, can we? So, that is going to do it for today's video, guys. I really do hope that you did enjoy. We've talked all about the players. We've talked about goal alert. We talked about the ref. We talked about Trent. We talked about Courtois. We talked about Wawrick Davis. That's a Liverpool player ratings. The only thing we didn't talk about was Divock Origi. He might come up every now and then in these ratings, as he is my Lord and Saviour. He's got a mention right at the end. So if you did enjoy the ratings today, please do drop a like on the video. Let's get to 20 likes again on the video. And now, guys, I'm asking you to comment as well, of course, but subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because now we're aiming for 250. Let's get to 250. Thank you so much for 200. Really do appreciate it. And if you're listening on the podcast, drop a review. 5 stars, takes a quick second. I hope you enjoyed the ratings. Like I said, I will try to get a tactics video out before Friday, so then I can do a preview on Friday for the Man City game. Should have time to do it. So we'll analyse this game more. Until then, go into work tomorrow and give some rival fans some stick, because they gave us a load when we were crap. And we're good again now, apparently. So happy days. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll speak to you later in the week. Have a good one, guys. See you soon. Goodbye.